Look, we stuck in the system, we can't get out. It's time for a change, stop running your mouth. I'm looking for words, but I can't get it out. Look for the light, but the sun blotted out.
Hold on, let me hop on the beat. Cause social injustice and prisoner mindset is something we gotta defeat. We idle these hoes and wear all these clothes with shoes that can't be creased. Steady looking for substance and change, but we searching all up in these streets.
Got a stain on my shirt that I can't get out. My people on high like the top of the mount. We thirsting for truth, but there's no spout. Look for a savior, but no one around.
But no one's around, but where do they look? It ain't in the church, it ain't in the book. We can't get a job, so we rather crook. They got us in chains, a fish on the hook.
Look, harvesting not bodies, harvesting not organs. Got 'em real big mad, cause they culture boring. Pimping the poor, Jim Crow at the door. Selling our souls, our daughters a whore. I wanna give in, can't take it no more. Don't wanna believe our people are more.
We swept our cart when we look at decline. We got a new bottle, it's filled with...
Hello, my MACM family, and welcome to another MACM Make a Culture Move podcast, where we cover everything from intense social topics to funny social trends. We are your hosts, Mark Jonathan. G. Okay, I think my sister's connection is tripping a little bit. But that is my co-host, G. Yeah, her internet is definitely tripping. So that is my coworker, G. She will tap in with us as soon as she can. But as you can see from the title, we have a very interesting topic today. She usually gives the disclaimers, but I will do the best that I possibly can. Today's topic is going to be very controversial. With that being said, none of our opinions reflect the overall organization that is MACM Make a Chess Move. If you disagree or just feel the need to say anything about what we are talking about, then please hit us up directly. On this page, Make a Culture Move, on my personal page, or her personal page, either or, and we'll be sure to get you on the podcast so we can have this discussion over our computers and with you in our actual StreamYard program. But with that being said, this conversation will be very controversial. We ask that you do not strike us. You feel me? This is just conversation that we feel like we need to have. So with that being said, I do want to wait because this discussion, I'm really excited to hear her opinion. So before we do that, I will go over some Black excellence. You feel me? Started off pretty good. You feel me? Before we get into the nitty gritty part of this. So Black excellence, let's go ahead, pull up some of these. The first one I have is a Black mortgage company is doing their best to help out Black homeowners. So for those who do not know, owning property is a huge thing that a lot of our people need to understand how important it is. You feel me? As soon as you start to own the land and properties around you, you start to control some of the aspects in your community, meaning the school lunches, the education, where stuff gets funded, all of that, the homeowners have a big piece of whatever goes into that. So just sharing my screen very quickly. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully y'all can see my screen. So we have the nation's largest, right? The nation's largest Black-owned mortgage company expands to increase Black home ownership in the U.S. So first off, shout out to just being the nation's biggest or largest Black-owned mortgage company. I wonder where they are as far as mortgage companies altogether. But and this is one I've never heard of. So Legacy Home Loans has opened 3 new branch locations in the cities of Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, and St. Louis, Missouri. The founders of Legacy Homes Loans, a Black-owned mortgage banking firm headquartered in Las Vegas, Nevada, has opened 3 new branch offices, in Black and minority communities as they continue to make good on their commitment to empowering African American communities throughout the United States. We have a focus on building sustainable wealth through home ownership and leaving family legacies, said Ben Slayton, the president and CEO of the company. Their new branch office located in Baltimore, Maryland is headed up by Stephen Tyre. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. But a lifetime resident of Baltimore since he was 5 years old. Stephen brings over 13 years of experience to the mortgage and banking real estate industry. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from the University of Baltimore. He has very strong ties to the Baltimore community, which he loves. He is an advocate in the education of families on financial health through home ownership and stays true to his passion through service to his community employees and ultimately his clients. So I won't read too much into this. I just want to say that, first off, shout out to being the nation's largest Black-owned mortgage company. And then even more shout out to not only expanding into 3 other branches, but also putting those branches in cities or locations that are whether predominantly Black or predominantly minorities. That's just a very huge thing to do, not only for his company, but for our people as well. Again, like I said previously, owning land and, being taught about how important it is very huge to us not only like staying on top of the stuff, but also like having a say in what our children are doing, et cetera, et cetera. And my sister's trying to get up in this thing. That's crazy. But I have one more thing to show us before we hopefully have our discussion. And it is by way of Instagram. Of course, you feel me, Instagram. Gotta have love for it. And this is actually Deion Sanders. So if you guys aren't familiar with Deion, he's the best corner to play in the league, and that's the league of the NFL. We're gonna go ahead and hopefully run this back somehow. Let's see if I refresh this for you.
Hey, what's going on? It's Coach Prime. About to have a great day of practice. Then we get on the road. We headed to Memphis. I need 3 things from you. First of all, I need a cut. I need somebody that's going to direct me to the right place in Memphis to get me a cut. I need some soul food that kind of makes me sleepy, not weepy. And I need to know where the dog's at tonight. No, not tonight. Tomorrow night. I need to know where the dog's at tomorrow night because I'm going to go recruit and watch some good high school football. And I'm offering at least 2-3 kids scholarships on the spot. If you ball, you're going to get the call on the spot. That's how we get down, baby. I love JSU. Hey.
Absolutely. So just to reiterate, you feel me? He is the coach over at JSU, which is a HBCU. You feel me? Definitely one because the way that like these sports have been working, you feel me? Like for specifically football, you feel me? If you're a top prospect and whatever sport you're playing, but since we're talking about football, let's say Alabama is a huge football school, OU, University of Florida. Those huge football schools usually attract the majority of the top prospects. But what Deion Sanders did is invest heavily in JSU, which I do not want to miss. I believe it's Jackson State University, but I could definitely be wrong. Jacksonville State. I don't know why I said Jackson, but yeah. So Uh, Deion Sanders' son, both of his sons are top prospects in the United States as far as football goes. And basically, he was already committed to Alabama, I believe, but transferred to Jacksonville State for the fact that it was a HBCU. And his father was ultimately the coach of it. So that's just big shout outs to one JSU, Deion Sanders. But two, he's offering 3 kids scholarships to attend their university on the spot. You feel me? As soon as you show good talent, hey, he dropping 3 scholarships right there on the spot. You feel me? So I consider that black excellence because he's giving these kids a young opportunity and to attend the HBCU, which normally, if they were any type of decent, they would just go to their respective schools, whether it be in Alabama, OU, whatever the case may be. But sis, you with us?
Oh my God, y'all! I don't know what. It's my laptop. It's not even my connection. I don't know what's going on. It's the laptop. But I apologize for my technical difficulties. But I'm here. What's up, MACM family?
Absolutely.
I have to join from my phone.
Oh, it's all good.
My laptop.
It's all good. But I held off on the discussion right now. I just went over black excellence.
Cool. Lace me up. What'd you have?
Okay, so about that, let me pull this one up for you because you kind of came on the back end of the second one. So I had the nation's largest black-owned mortgage company expands to increase black home ownership in the United States. So they are now in the cities of Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, and St. Louis, Missouri. And let me find this really quick. Oh, where did I can't find it. Basically, I don't know how I can't find it. But he's the 3 new branches that they set out, he put in whether predominantly black cities or communities or just minorities in general. So, just talking about, how important it is to have home ownership and the fact that this mortgage company is implanting themselves in these communities is super huge.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And then the other one was Deion Sanders. You feel me? As you can see, number 3 right here. He went to go watch some high school football and offered 3 people scholarships on the spot to attend Jacksonville State University.
That's black love.
Absolutely.
That's black love.
Absolutely. But now, especially since I have my sister, because I ain't want to have this conversation without her. If you could, just for a quick second, do a second disclaimer, because I basically laid it out, but
I got
I just want to reiterate.
Y'all know how we get down here on the Make a Culture Move podcast as we cover everything that has to do with Black culture. With that being said, some of the things that we talk about cause a little controversy. You may disagree, you may agree, you may feel some type of way. With all of that being said, we just ask that before you get to jumping down our necks and coming at us with how you feel, think about it first. Sometimes our emotions lead us astray, so think about it first and then hit us up and we can talk about it, and we would love to bring you onto the show and talk about it even more if we got to. But with that being said, just keep in mind, think about why you feel how you felt.
Absolutely. So the reason I have my sister do the disclaimer twice is because we have a very controversial topic in store for us today. And y'all have already canceled numerous people. We do not want MACM to get canceled, okay?
Do not hold MACM accountable for nothing that is said here. This is just a platform, but do not hold Malcolm accountable for how Mark feels about something or how G feels about something. Remember, at the end of the day, we are individuals and we are human beings, and we are entitled to our own opinions and feelings as well. So we are not speaking on behalf of Malcolm, but on behalf of Mark J and G.
Absolutely. And with that being said, we have no intentions on offending anybody, any groups, any of that. We're just going to be stating our opinions on the situation. So before we do that, for those who do not know, I will give a brief summary, a little bit of background by way of Yahoo, I believe.
Yeah.
So boom. So boom, this was crazy. So Boosie is sexually harassing Lil Nas X as hip hop culture enables it. Enables it. Okay. All right. Opinion. The homophobic rapper who once boasted about offering to pay a sex worker to pleasure his 14-year-old son is now targeting the rising queer artist as a flawed scapegoat to protect youth. Give me 1 second here. Oh, actually, you trying to get your laptop and stuff. Got you. Yeah. I'm gonna keep reading that, but that's just a very interesting opening statement. Oh, okay, so another day, another unnecessary time for Boosie Badass to show how he can't help but have Lil Nas X name in his mouth. After previously threatening in July that he would beat his ass, the independent rapper continues to target the queer musician in a bizarre tweet posted early Friday morning. Boosie suggested that he thinks Lil Nas X is going to turn around and suck one of his background dancers. On national TV, it should be noted that Boosie's reaction typically occur when Lil Nas X garners press for expressing his queerness via his art or speaks on homophobia he experiences in this industry. That is his tweet. If you would like to see it, you can go ahead and do it. Boosie is reactive, often referencing the need to protect children from the homosexuality as a flawed scapegoat to constantly target a 22-year-old rapper that's not even thinking about him. It would be easy to call out Boosie's protect the children defense when he once flexed that he offered to pay a sex worker to perform oral sex on his 14-year-old son, or how he's currently banned from Instagram for constantly having pornography on his page that could have easily been viewed by underage followers. You know, they felt the need to put that in parentheses, but the hypocrisy glaring, it's clear that this isn't about protecting the children on seriously calling for meaningful censorship, but about a man obsessed with the liberation of an unapologetic queer man. All right, so sis, how do you feel about that?
You know, people gonna feel how they feel or whatever when it comes down to it. The thing is that as an entire community, society, when speaking of terms of like saving the children, it's not just save the kids from homosexuality, right? It's save the kids from homosexuality, heterosexuality, pedophilia, like anything that has to do with sex. You want to save the kids from, like, nowadays the youth are being introduced to what sexuality is a little too early, in my opinion. Like, it's just sex is being normalized. Sex is being normalized as like it's not a private thing, you know. Like, it's we look at places like, you know, New York, they just legalized prostitution. So, you know, like sex is really becoming like super normal, just to like talk about, to see, to endure, like all of those things, right? And the thing is that like with youth, um, you got to protect them from that. Like, you know, we shouldn't be seeing too much sexuality going on in children's shows or movies or anything like that. Now, Boosie is Boosie, you know. And I'm not, you feel me, condoning or excusing his behavior, because he can go a little far and he can say some hurtful things. And you do have to be mindful of the things that you say, because it can hurt people's feelings. And Bootsy is not perfect by any means necessary. The same arguments that the homosexuality community can give of how Bootsy is wrong and inappropriate, we can give those same arguments for Lil Nas X as well. So like
Talk about it.
Bootsy, I'm not like Bootsy is not okay. It's not right. You feel me? That you know, he got his 14-year-old son a blowjob for his birthday. Like, there's nothing cool about that at all. And from a grown woman at that,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
pedophilia on her behalf. You feel me? And it's condoned pedophilia because like he condoned it, he paid for it. So hell, that's wrong. Like 100% is absolutely wrong. But you know, Lil Nas X out here promoting Satanism, that's a problem. I don't. That shouldn't be pushed out to kids. The picture of him going around where he's pregnant, it's a whole problem. That's a whole problem. Like, it is really a whole problem. It's not shit cool about it. It's not shit cool about Lil Nas X pretending to be able to bear life, because that's something that only a woman can do, and it's something that shouldn't be taken lightly at all. And to me, it's disrespectful as hell that he's even out here portraying himself like that. And just like it's wrong than a mug that Bootsy paid for his son to have a blowjob. Like, it's completely wrong. Like his 14-year-old son. Now, if his son was like 18, it'd be different. But his son was 14. You feel me? That's way below the mark. And so it's like, you know, you always want to be mad at somebody and cancel somebody, cancel everybody if that's the case. If that's the case, you can't cancel one and not and think it's wrong to cancel the other. Like, they're both in the wrong in the errors of their ways. At the same time, hip hop community and culture, you know, China Ann McClain, she was saying how, you know, they the industry puts out, you know, what they want for people to believe, what they want for people to come to submit to, you know. And that's why everything is symbolism. You feel me? Everything that goes on is symbolism. And y'all, I can't believe my laptop is tripping, like, for real. But it's deep. It's definitely deep when it comes to the industry and dealing with different celebrities and where they stand on things. You feel me? At the end of the day, if I had to choose a side to stand on if it came down to choosing between Bootsy and Lil Nas X, right?
Wait. Before you do that,
Okay.
okay. So I've been recently seeing a Facebook post. Well, wait, first let me say I completely agree with everything you said. Like, pretty much, if I were to go after that, I would just ditto everything she said. It's especially the part where we're not saying don't promote homosexuality, but it's the idea of not promoting sexuality at all.
In
You
general.
feel me? Yeah, which both of them, you know, you could make cases that they do. You feel me? So, boom, just to ditto that. Um, but I've been recently seeing these posts, and it says, and I quote, Boosie really said Lil Nas X is making it hard for straight people to be straight,
Mm.
and y'all are agreeing with him. So Lil Nas X make y'all want to suck other N-word off? Okay. So how do you feel about that post?
Okay, so you know, it's always gonna be somebody who plays the devil's advocate to, you know, the post, like the comments and stuff like that.
Right.
But the first, you know, part of the post or whatever, it's saying, Lil Nas X is he's you feel me, like making it uncomfortable for niggas to be straight. I agree 100%, and not just Lil Nas X. You feel me? Like he has a big part in it because he's a celebrity, and so you feel me? He's able to speak for a community of people that can't really, or can't really get their voice out there. But you feel me? I would say the entire alphabet community is making it very hard for straight people to be straight, to comfortably be straight. Like, it was a time in the world where it was uncomfortable to be gay, right? And now it's getting to a point where it's uncomfortable to be straight. It's like, damn, if you're not gay, what's wrong with you? When it shouldn't be like that. You feel me? Like, everybody should be able to accept everybody, like, if you're gay, great. If you're straight, great. Like, it's one of those things that should really be up to you. But I completely agree that everything that's going on with the alphabet community movement, it's making it uncomfortable for straight people to be straight. It's like everything we say makes us homophobes, and
Exactly.
and crazy. Phobe, right? That means fear. I'm not scared of gay people. You feel me? Most straight people are not scared of gay people. That's not what it is. They're not like, but that's not what it is. You got to think of another word, because it's really not homophobia. I'm not scared of you. I'm not intimidated. None of those things. That's not the feeling. But it's getting to a point where now it kind of is homophobia, because now it's like straight people are scared to say anything at all about the gay, lesbians, transgender, queer, whatever community, because then that makes us bad people, when that's not the case. And the thing is, with us as a Black community, right, excluding every other race, you feel me, the Black community, the Black and brown community, we are known for cracking jokes. We're gonna crack a joke. We gonna roast you. We gonna have something to say. And the thing is, nothing's off limits. Nothing is off limits when we get to playing the dozens. Nothing is off limits. You feel me? Like, except you got to know who you playing with. Moms are off limits.
Boy,
moms are off limits. But outside of that, you feel me? I'm talking about the way you look. I'm talking about your intelligence level. I'm talking about your sexuality. I'm talking about that time where you was 2 and you peed in the bed. Like, we're talking about everything. Nothing is exempt. You feel me? So it's like, you have to understand that not all the time when a straight person is, like cracking a joke that has to do with somebody gay, are they being homophobic. They're probably just being funny. And that's the thing. Learn how to take a freaking joke.
Man, this generation is so sensitive.
Generation is so sensitive to
sensitive.
everything. You can't say anything without hurting somebody's feelings. And the thing is, and then, they're always changing stuff up. And changing, you can't say this, you can't say that, or that's offensive and that's offensive. Like, damn, my entire vocabulary is going to be offensive at this point. That's why I like my first time being in Facebook jail, baby, they got me as a repeat offender, because I can't say nothing. Okay, like, they really monitoring the things you say, and it's just like, first of all, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech, right? Second of all, you gotta have tough skin to be an American. To be an American, whether you're a Black American, white American, Mexican American, Asian American, if you were born in the United States of America, you need to have tough skin. You gotta have tough skin, because we are governed by terrorists. Okay, I'm gonna stop because they'll go and shut us down. Go ahead, Mark. Say something. Going.
I mean, again, I agree. I think just to address this post in its entirety, you feel me? When Boosie is saying that Lil Nas X is making it hard for straight people to be straight, I don't. It's one thing to interpret him saying that like Lil Nas is trying to make it so he wants to suck other, N-word off or whatever. I think it's more so pointing to the fact that like you said, at one point in time, it was heavily discouraged to be gay. You feel me? I feel like in the recent years, it's definitely become acceptable. You feel me? But like, I feel like Boosie is pointing to the fact that, or he feels as if it's now being encouraged to be gay. You feel me? And while that definitely holds some weight, and you feel me, if you feel as if you're gay, you feel me, like G said, you feel me, you're human. I accept you the way you are in the discussion. But if you look, like, there's gay children movies. If you look into your favorite TV series, like, there's definitely gonna be somebody homosexual in there that wasn't 3 years ago in your TV show. So like, we're definitely not saying that there's not a place for homosexuality, because there's a place for heterosexuality. So there has to be a place for homosexuality. Like, we really not trying to come for y'all in the slightest. We're not trying to come for y'all in the slightest.
Like, you feel me? There definitely needs to be a place for
Absolutely.
The homosexual counterpart to the heterosexuals. There needs to be,
Absolutely.
because, you feel me? There's a place for y'all in the real world. So of course it needs to be represented on TV, right? Everybody has a TV show that's their fantasy. That's their escape from reality. And how unfair is it to have an escape from reality and there's no representation of you, right?
Exactly.
Right. So of course there needs to be that representation out there. The thing is, when speaking about our children and our youth, cut the sexuality out completely.
Yeah, just let them grow up, bruh.
Now,
let them grow up.
You can make it normal, you feel me? Because in shows, there's parents, right? You can make it normal where you have same-sex parents or whatever, but there doesn't need to be sexuality. You feel me? You cut the sexuality part out. Like, there are levels of sexuality, and you have to cut it out. Allow kids to just understand, like, oh, they're just parents. Like, oh, well, that kid just has
on both parts.
2 moms, or that kid has a mom and a dad.
On Boosie's part and on Lil Nas's part, you feel me? The fact that Lil Boosie hired a grown woman to suck his son's penis is just honestly inconceivable. Like, I can't even. That's wild.
And that right there, we expect our young men to have a certain like coming of age type of experience, and that is scarring the young Black men who are not attracted to women, and they know early, because like we have such this persona of what Black men are supposed to be, and the thing is that being gay as a man does not take away your masculinity, and that's what needs to be understood, is that just because a man is gay does not mean he is not masculine, and it doesn't mean it means, you feel me? I've met some masculine gay men. They're just not attracted to women. That's what you have to understand. You feel me? Being gay means they are not attracted to women. They don't have that attraction for women. And some men just don't. I don't know how. I don't know how, you feel me? Because it's a woman like me, baby. But you feel me? It's just some men who are not attracted to women. That does not make him less of a man. Gay men that will whoop a straight man's ass. Okay, so will straight whoop his ass with a problem. Now, me personally, I do not like to see the feminine gay men, and they be having like alpaca hairy legs, or like, you feel me, the full beard and the mustache, but you want to be in a skirt. Like, that's weird to me. Like, don't be wearing no skirt and your legs is out here like.
But listen. For the sake,
you got a face full of makeup, but you got
for the sake, you feel me? Because again, we not trying to come for y'all. You feel me?
I'm just just
And when
saying this is
y'all
my personal preference. You know, this
facts,
is me
but
personally. Like, I don't mind you if you want to be in a skirt, do your skirt thing, but can you shave your legs? It's just a question. Like,
but
if
G,
not, hey, then you can't. I understand you can't do it, but it's just
but
maybe
G,
a suggestion.
you know when they come hard, bruh.
Hey, I'd be ready though. You could come for me because I'd be ready.
I know you be ready, you feel me? But we don't gotta go through that. Cause
Boy,
we don't gotta go through that. We good, you feel me? We stated our opinion again for those viewing. We hope that you guys can interact with us and let us know what you think of the almost not the nonsense, the what's a better word to say?
it
Just
is nonsense. It's
that's
nonsense.
what I
It's
was trying.
foolery, you know, because like at the end of the day, what we're trying to get the Black community to understand is that we
Yeah,
have to love each other. Like that's why Black lives
absolutely.
don't matter, because we don't love each other. We're so busy trying to point out like all the negative and all the bad things with each other, when in reality we should just be loving one another. Like that's the biggest commandment anyways. So, you know,
And even to your point, you feel me? The thing I admire the most about the LGBTQ community is
their
you
unity.
know they got shit done. You feel
Their
me? All of their rights and acts that they've wanted passed and all of that, like they've got that done like very quickly,
wait, didn't quick.
very quickly. And you know, not to make this a race thing versus homosexuality thing, but it's like I still feel like there's been a lot of things that haven't been in place for our people that I've watched the homosexual community get like super super fast. Like hate crimes, for example, like there's people still getting lynched.
There's people
Feel
still,
me? But
getting lynched. You know, crazy. And
hold on, who is this? Who them?
what's it say?
You said y'all not here for a real debate. Y'all scared.
Of
That's
of
that's what I'm trying to.
but my mama.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to. He left though. Apparently, I'm not. I'm not sure. I'd love to know what I'm.
Them
Hey,
comments might have not been
yeah, I'll personally reach out to them though, because we can have that debate. But anyway,
anytime.
that being said, you feel me? Again, we are all for
The
the
thing is, you
empowerment.
know, we here
Oh,
at
she got some more
MACM,
to say.
we accept everybody. You feel me? We here at MACM accept everybody. Now when it comes to Black people who are gay, lesbian, trans, queer, whatever your title may be, you know, my hope is that you are just comfortable enough in your own skin to not let anybody intimidate you into, you know, anything else. You know, whether
One
you're
second, G.
scared of
One
who?
second, G. If you would like to elaborate,
Who are you?
yeah, yeah, because oh, shooketh. Is that what that's supposed to say?
Looks like it. Who are you?
Yeah. And is there any way you could reach out to us personally, because this platform is open to all viewers?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're not doing any ducking nor dodging. You feel me? We could have a real debate.
I can't believe that's happening.
Yeah, you're typing for a minute though. If you're still typing, I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Cause scared of who and what?
Right.
Not here. Fear is not a part of us at all.
That's what I'm trying to.
We have none.
You feel me?
But back to what I was saying.
Please continue.
Just be comfortable in who you are, whether if you're straight, be comfortable being straight. Don't let anybody intimidate you or make you feel like that's a problem or an issue. And same if you're not straight, you know. The only way that we're gonna have an issue with you is if you're a predator, a child predator. Like we protect kids around here. That's what we do. We protect the kids. What did he say? I am a person with a better grip of the concepts you are discussing.
That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. But since you are right on time with that, because we will be closing shortly, you make sure to follow and reach us on our social media platforms. This one is our Make a Culture Move, but make sure you check out Make a Chess Move, which is our overall organization. There you will find a number. Or honestly, if you do have Facebook, you feel me, you could hit me up directly and we can just go ahead and have this conversation. You feel me? But this is our organization. Again, none of what we've said reflects our organization, but this is who we are a part of. Check out our YouTube, which I'm pretty sure you're on now, at Make a Chess Move -MACM. Our virtual artist storytelling, which is kind of self-explanatory. You feel me? Have people from our community go ahead and share stories on their life. Then check out our website at www.makeachessmove.org. And just to reiterate, our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest, however you would pronounce that, is MACM303. Make sure you leave a like and comment as our shadow blog, whatever that person's username is. And with that being said, you all have a nice day. Again, shadow blog, as I hope you are still listening.
Hit us up.
You feel me? We just went over all of our socials. So to not see a message from you would be very disheartening.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing. But thank you to all.
I hope I do.
Hopefully.
Thank
you to all of our other viewers. Y'all know how we mac them.
Absolutely. With that being said, y'all mac them out there, man.
Oh, cop some MACM.
Oh, cop some MACM apparel. Please do. Again, Shadow, hit us up. Facebook, hit us up. That being said, y'all MACM out there, man.